Well, hi, Alanah Jatara. I'm
How-
happy to have you here. We've been connected for like 6 months now, maybe end of last year.
right when I first started officially getting deeper into taking pictures. So right about 5 to 6 months ago.
Yeah, like right before state, I feel like a few weeks before state. So
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. So around December.
November, December-ish.
Yeah.
Yes, but I've been watching your journey. I've been so proud of you. And if y'all don't know, she is a student athlete, but she's also a photographer, videographer, all the things. And she really reminds me of myself because when I went to Norland, I started doing the same thing. Student athlete first, then started branching out into sports media. And I knew that's where I wanted to go in college and beyond. So I'm excited to get to know you a little more. So let's just start with Alanah Jatara, the student athlete, because I feel like that's the side I don't know much about. What
Right.
sports do you play?
Well, I currently do track and field. I'm not a runner. I'm a jumper. So last season I did long jump and high jump. I've always been into athletics, starting from maybe elementary because I was a dancer at first, and then once I got into middle school, I started moving on to actual physical sports. So like volleyball, that was my first official sport that I picked up, and I said, "Hey, like I love this." So I did that, and then going into my seventh, eighth grade year, I started doing flag football, and
Okay.
then we kind of started off from there.
Yeah. So dancing, flag football, and then how did we get to track?
So I've always been invested and interested in running. I've always been interested and invested in track itself. Like it's a sport that catches your eye. And I feel like just from my personal opinion, I feel like that's the show. That's the biggest thing people want to watch in the Olympics besides swimming.
Absolutely.
So I'm like, okay, hey, I love it. Like I love watching it, love being around it. Not even just track itself, but I love being around sports in general.
Mhm.
So I was just like, let's do it. And I've always been scared to do it because I know it's such a competitive sport
Yeah.
and it takes a lot of mental stuff. Like, can I do it? Should I do it? And I just like, even if I don't do the running part, let's do it. Let's jump.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I know the year prior to that, I was on flag football and I was in love with it. I was infatuated, but I realized like, hey, it wasn't even about the money from it. It was like I can't blast off how I want to blast off.
Mm.
So I was like, I gotta let it go. And
Yeah.
even now, like, even if I do want to play it, I'm open to it. But it was like I can't go to college from it.
Got you.
So I was like,
Olympics. You can go to the Olympics.
what?
Okay. In 2028.
I'm gonna be done with school by then. I'd have been like, yeah, I thought about that too. I was like, can I do it? Should I do it? But I was
Yeah.
like, it's gonna be too late by then. And I know
Yeah.
it's gonna be everywhere but there because
Yeah.
that means that I have to train again and get back into that groove. So I'm like, okay, let me
Yeah.
just
Okay.
take it.
So you had to make a decision and you chose track and field,
Yeah.
jump. Okay, triple jump, long jump.
I love long jump. That's my thing. But I do want to, jump into different things.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I see it. I see it.
I want to do triple jump
Mhm.
next year if possible, if God willing, and if my coach is open to it. That's what I want to do. And I was thinking about running a four just to, get my feet wet, but I have to realize that it takes a lot of conditioning and it takes a lot of strength. So I know once I do so, I'm gonna have to, keep
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
it. But most definitely jumping is where I'm at least currently right now.
Okay. And then on the student side, what are some of your favorite subjects? What do you like to study?
Um, right now my favorite subject is English. It's been English since my freshman year, and I'm currently a junior now. So, me and English go together real bad.
Okay. Okay. Same.
I love history. History is kind of interesting. I always had a niche for it, no matter how I felt about it. It was just like that's cool, and me matching what happened back then with realizing what's kind of happening now and
Mhm.
that history repeats itself is really cool to me. It's a scary thing, but it's very, very cool.
For
So
sure.
that's one of my like top three subjects that I like.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
crazy. Because those were my favorite too. Okay, what you about to say for number three? Let me see. Let me see.
I think my third subject, I don't think it's a core subject. I think it's more
Okay.
like an elective. I would say my magnet class because I'm in hospitality and tourism.
Oh my gosh, I was in that too. I am so serious. I like early graduation and everything.
So We have a sports marketing class, and I think that's my favorite subject.
Y'all have a sports marketing class?
Yeah.
Send me back to Norland because what? What?
Yeah, it's cool.
Cool.
It's partnered through St. Thomas University, so it's really cool. And we get hands-on experience. And I know we're going to be going off campus for certain periods, and actually getting that feel for it. So
Yeah.
I'm in love. That's where I'm at.
Oh, so are you thinking about studying that in college?
Yeah, I think I already picked my major. I want to do public relations and sports communications,
Mm.
and then possibly minor in like what's it called, social services,
Okay.
because I think those two do go hand in hand, at least somewhere in this brain
Yeah.
of mine. So
Yeah.
I said, let's do it. I'm ready to jump into it. So
Yeah.
I'm currently trying to earn and get my AA. So when I do get to actual university, I can just jump right in.
Absolutely. Yes. Get those gen ed class out the way, girl.
Yeah.
I was so happy. I took like ENC 1101 and '02 while I was at Norland. So when I got to UF, like so many people were struggling with that. And I'm like, I thank God I took that in high school.
Right.
Like take as much as you can now because it's crazy. It's crazy in college. That's all I say. So what schools are you looking at for college?
Currently, I think my top five right now is
Come on, top five. Come on, athlete. Okay.
my top five is Florida State. That's number one. Number two, University of Texas.
Florida
Three,
first.
University of Oklahoma. We have Oregon, and that's right about it. I think I could go on. I have like a top 10.
So University of Florida is not in the mix. That's what you said.
I mean, I think it would be if I go on a visit. I have to get a feel for it.
Yeah, please go to Gainesville, go to a football game, like do what you need to do. But saying Florida State first on this Zoom with me is crazy.
Let me say it's cool. Being a no is like it's a whole different type of energy. And even if I do want to, have fun, have like go to a party,
Yeah,
you is right there.
literally
So
right.
it's like I can get
Two experiences in one.
right, get the best of both worlds. So
Yeah.
I think it'll be really, really cool.
Okay, I guess from that sounds okay. Okay, whatever. Now we jump over to photography. I needed to know about student athlete first because that's the part I feel like we have not talked a lot about. But now on to photography. Where did you fall in love with the camera? When? How? Tell me.
um, woo, that's a loaded story.
Okay.
That I wrote about that in my NC 1101 class. So I've always been behind the camera. I can say that for sure. I've always been, techie, as my mom called it.
Right.
So I would say from elementary, I've always helped my my dance coordinator with photography and like taking videos and stuff like that. And I didn't know that, the exposure from that and also my parents, or at least my father, he was very into the camera, into production. So I didn't know like that type of exposure would kind of like rub off on me.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really start getting into it until I got to my 8th grade year of middle school. That's when I joined the digital media program and academy at Somerset Academy Central Miramar. And it was really, really cool. I think it was a different experience. I learned different ways to edit. I learned how to set up a mic and do different things. So I kind of fell in love from there. And then I kind of fell out of love, or, the flame kind of um the spark kind of dimmed when I got to my 9th grade year because I wasn't at the same school. I transferred to a Broward school. I was at Charles W. Flanagan, and they didn't have much of that there. So I didn't have a pathway to continue on. So I went to medicine. And when I transferred to Norland my sophomore year, it came right back. I said, okay, this is what I want to do.
Nice.
So I've always had some type of affection for photography and the camera, I would say, most definitely.
So when did you kind of get into sports photography specifically?
My first magnet that I was at prior to hospitality and tourism, I was in sports medicine. So we had a requirement that we had to have community service hours, at least 90, I think every semester or two. I may be wrong.
Mhm.
But we had to have a certain amount. And I was like, why not do the football team? That's what I was doing last year because I was 8 and an athletic trainer.
Mhm.
So I said, why not? Let's jump into it.
Yeah.
So me being a trainer, he told me that I cannot do sports and be a trainer at the same time. So it was like, boo.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I did find a way because I talked to the head football coach. I said, hey, I want to help. I want to do something. Either it's taking pictures, doing anything, like I'm there.
Yeah.
So at first, I was YouTube because I was making a YouTube channel, filming them and stuff like that. I think I uploaded like 2 times until I realized like they want pictures.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody needs pictures.
Mhm.
They're like, are you taking pictures for us or is it videos? And when I told them it was videos, when I mean that little turn into
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Like, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I started taking pictures from there, and it was an experience because I was doing volleyball at that time, and from there I just had to stop. I had to stop football because I realized like my heart wasn't in it. Out football was exactly where I was at.
Yeah.
So
You wanted to be on the sideline. Yeah.
it's that energy, it's that oomph, it's something about being at Trez on a Friday night that just hit different. So I said, okay, I gotta do it.
Yeah.
Like, volleyball, I love you, but I gotta go.
I gotta go. No, I feel that Friday night at Trask is just different. It's like nothing else. Like people 50 years out of school come back. They don't care who playing. They there on the Friday night because they know it's gonna be good. So yeah, I can understand that feeling you had.
Like, for example, like you feel it in the stands, but imagine the feeling on the sideline.
Yes.
So it's really, really cool. I love it.
Yeah. I think back to last year. I think this is before I met you, the first Norland Central game.
Woo.
That experience, like I can like visually see it. And then the second time Norland Central played,
It was the same thing, but like 10 times worse.
I'm telling you.
It was like you almost had a nervous breakdown. I'm sitting
Yes.
and
Yes.
feel every emotion, like between the coaches, the student athletes, to the trainers, to the managers, all sitting there like, what's gonna happen?
Absolutely.
What's gonna come next? How are we gonna deal with this? Will this affect us going to states? Is
Yeah.
this gonna break our record? Because remind you, I think it was like I don't want to say our eighth. It was between our seventh or eighth game in the season. So I don't want to say, oh, are we gonna go 7-1? What are
Yeah.
we gonna
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, let's continue the streak. Let's keep it happy. Let's pray about it. Let's keep it going. But I can't even imagine. I can't even tell you how many times I sat there in the end zone just praying God, like God,
Yes.
the team,
Yes.
the team.
Girl. I was shaking like, please, please, please.
Literally.
My whole daddy side of the family honestly went to Central. So like they were selling out. Like ain't nobody worried about Norland, da, da, da. Like the previous season, Central ended our run, I believe. So I just remember like really wanting to beat them and to see us actually do it and everybody rush the field. I'm like, it's just different. Like it just means so much. So to your point about Traz on a Friday night, like it's like a college game. Like it's Florida State, it's UM Florida State. Like it's that important to us.
It's the Mecca.
It's the Mecca.
Like even as a photographer, I'm sitting here running with the boys. Like, yes, we won, we won, we won. Like I didn't do nothing on the field. I don't even got a little position on the field. You feel me? I don't even got a number, but
Yes.
I'm happy I did it.
I absolutely feel that.
The
I
energy was
recorded
there.
the whole moment and I watched it back and I was like, oh my God, like just screaming and happy. Like, yes, it is very different. And I love that you're able to do it for your school because you get to be happy. You get to celebrate. A lot of times when you're like media, like for a company or for a network, you can't really have that emotion. So definitely soak it in while
Right,
you're working with the schools because you get to enjoy it on a different level.
right. And even just being in school with the players, it means a lot. Like,
Yeah, these are your friends. Like,
right.
yes.
Because it was different for me yesterday because we had the Western Palmetto played. And when I mean that energy was through the roof,
Yeah.
there's schools that just cannot bring that type of energy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went up Palmetto side. I was like, okay, this is cool. They're very cool.
Yeah.
But when I went on the west side,
I bet.
power was ringing, cowbells swinging. I said, oh yeah,
I
this is where it's at. And I have teammates, and well, I have teammates who have siblings on the team, and I have friends who are on the team, and it's just like that's crazy.
Yeah.
And just sitting there bonding with them, talking to them while they're balling out, doing big things. It's a whole different experience. I love it. So
What have been some of your favorite moments on your sports photography journey?
Um, I think one of my favorite moments was getting introduced to Footballville.
Mm,
Basically, I think that was like top five. Basically, understanding like, okay, there's a lot more to football. There's the media aspect, and it goes so much deeper than anybody could possibly imagine.
yeah.
So that was one of my biggest hurrah moments, and also like, wow, this is an eye opener for me.
Hmm.
So I loved it. It was something that I became infatuated with. Uh,
Yeah.
Another one of my moments that that was one of my favorites was actually yesterday. I had talked to Teddy Bridgewater and the athletic director at the West, and I was just like, hey, I'm here if y'all need any content. Like, I have no personal vendetta. I'm just here to, capture on a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff. And they're open to it, or, well, from what they tell me, they are open to it. So I'm just like, let's do it. And,
Yeah.
and that's it's cool because I love the West. And
Yeah.
I love Norland too. Don't get me wrong. That's home.
For sure.
I love the energy that they bring. So I was just like, okay, this is really cool. This feels great. This feels nice.
This makes me so proud because you are networking. That is what it's all about. Like these people will remember your face, they'll remember your name, they'll remember your content, and they're gonna look for you on the sideline. And you coming through with the blonde hair. I don't know how long you gonna keep it, but you already got that like that wow factor to you. Like you're good at your job, and then they're gonna know Blondie, blonde boss.
Right.
That's what I'm calling it. Like so I'm just proud of you for networking because it can be intimidating, like you on the sideline. And we talk about it all the time in the industry, like heavily male dominated in some cases. We are seeing a lot more women come through, but like when you're on the sidelines, it's men, it's the team, it's the coaches. So like to be able 11th grade walking up to head coaches, AD, putting yourself out there, like that's huge. And it takes a lot of courage. And I'm proud of you for being bold enough to do that.
It does. I can't even give all the credit to me because that's the other thing. Networking, the fact that I know certain people,
Mhm.
like, hey, can you introduce me to such and such, or
Good.
stuff like that. And even if it really is scary though because I'm a female and
Yeah.
I'm young, so I'm in the industry. Like, okay, hey, I'm here. What's up? And there's people that's been there 10, 15 years that are looking at me like,
Hmm.
who is she? Why is she here? Like,
Right.
just wait. I'm here. Just
Right.
wait. I'm
Right.
here as long as you, but
Absolutely.
I'm here.
Yep. And I'm
So
good at my job. I'm gonna handle my business. Like,
right,
if you do your thing, I'm gonna do my thing.
right. And I don't. The biggest scare for me as a female content creator and photographer is like, and me being so young, I hate the stereotype, or I hate when people think, oh, she's just a girl, or she just wants to be
Mhm.
on players, or she just wants to, no.
Yeah, yeah. I'm about my business, okay?
I'm not here for that. If that was the case, I would have been in the sidelines like, hey, da da da. No, nah, I don't even throw like that.
Yeah, yeah,
So, it's basically showing people like, hey, this is more than just I love the game of football. It's I love everything. I love every aspect of it. So proving people wrong is scary,
yeah,
but it's a thing to do though.
yeah.
It's a thing.
I am so proud of you. Like every time I talk to you, I'm just more prouder, if that is a sentence. But I just feel like you are doing the things that I was intentional about doing when I was in school. And I feel like it's even bigger now because social media is so big. Like I remember when I was on the sideline taking photos, I would post them on my personal Facebook and the players would come to my Facebook and download it from there. Like you got a whole process, you dropping links, you posting on your page, you collabing. So it's just like you have even more opportunities than I had. Like you have a camera. My parents had to buy me a camera and they were stressing me like, girl, you gonna use this camera? Are you seriously gonna use this camera? Like the school really didn't have any resources for it. So even hearing like there's a film class and there's photography clubs, like I'm just so happy with the growth and you're capitalizing off of it in a great way. Like I saw you at, I think you were at some type of 7-on-7 or something like that. You were at earlier this year?
Yeah,
No?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'm just like,
That's a lot.
doing different events and stuff. And it's like whether Norland is a part of it or not, like you use your home base to grow and to connect and like hone your craft. And now you're able to go elsewhere. And it's like, I can thrive outside of my home environment too.
Right.
That's cool.
That was a big scare for me as well. Like just being there and being able to say, hey, I'm not just from Norland.
Yeah.
Like, and just kind of step aside from them and pull away a little. It still is a little scary for me because, like, me taking pictures and videos, there, I don't want them to be like, oh, she's gonna go bring it back to them. No, no, no.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm loyal. Don't get me wrong, but I have boundaries and I have no.
Yeah. You about your business. Like you're not here to put teams against each other. You're here to get your content.
Right, and even if I'm trying to bring y'all together in positive way,
Yeah, yeah,
that's greatness for y'all.
absolutely.
So it was just like let's work.
Yeah.
And, like not even just that, but just be there for the ride.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started taking pictures, it wasn't even like, oh, I need to get money or I need to do this. It was just personally something that I enjoyed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm getting some type of recognition, now it's like, okay, hey, I don't mind getting paid for it.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm there for X amount of time. Like, okay, hey, I am here for like 5 hours. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. It's your business. You run a business. And
right.
people get paid for photography. So there is nothing wrong with that. And I am very proud of you for having your prices. I be seeing your whole back to school, girl. I be watching. Oh, it's the price. Hit me up. I love that you're an entrepreneur because at the end of the day, you have a service you can provide. You're good at it. There's nothing wrong with asking for money for it, and people will pay it.
Right.
People
And
will pay
I
it.
just realized that because I am shy. I
Mhm.
in certain aspects because me as a student, I realized like, hey, not everybody has a job.
Mhm.
Has the support system that I may have or other people may have. Not everybody has the funds to say, hey, let's do this, or hey, I can send you this amount. No, I have to realize that's why I'm like, sometimes I be underpaid.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So I be like, okay, hey, it's just $10 here.
Yeah.
But it's something that I have to work on and also realize like, hey, some of these players do have NIL money. So
Mm.
I cannot just be like, okay, hey, it's $10. No, you could really do 50 if you wanted to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And honestly, I'm still working through that with all-inclusive sports. Like when I do my social media trainings, like I have a price in mind, but some people can't pay it. So it's just like I'm trying to figure it out when it's the price, and when there's some wiggle room. Like it's all a learning process. And I feel like you're doing what you need to do because you got to have that discernment. Because sometimes it's not all about the dollar. Like sometimes it is like I'm gonna do this because I like you, I care about you, I wanna support you in this way. But other times it's like, no, the price is the price today. Like
Hey,
it is what it is.
and that's one of the biggest things. Like even being a photographer and a student athlete, I've been trying to incorporate God in it because for so long I always thought like, okay, I got to go to practice, but I have to do Bible study.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go to practice and I got to do this.
Yeah.
So and then me also being a part of Student Government Association now, I'm junior vice president. So it's a lot of things that I have to be like, okay, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this. But I also have to set time with God. But I'm like, okay, let's incorporate God into everything daily.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a work in progress. It is. So
Oh,
he's helping me like decide and do certain things.
yes.
It's all about him. All the glory goes to him, literally. So
Absolutely.
everything I'm doing, all the glory goes to him. So anything I see a team praying, reposting it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's what probably get you by. So
Yeah.
that's my biggest thing that I want to do is, you know, make sure that people know that this is a Christ-based thing,
Mhm.
even if like that's the only way I flourish is because of him.
Yeah.
None of the credit goes to me.
Yeah. I love
So
that. I love that. And I love to see like younger people. I shouldn't say young because I'm young too, but younger people like high school, middle school, like being public about their faith. Like you saying that, I see EJ posting prayers before games. Like I see people with scriptures in their bio, and it's like, glory to God. Like people are not afraid, or some people are not afraid to like put it out there. And I feel like it can be hard, it can be tough. Like you don't want to be that person where people don't feel like you don't feel like people could come to you because like you're so strong in your faith, but also like it's a welcoming spirit. Like it's all love, like it's all uplifting, it's compassion. So when I say I'm proud of you, girl, I'm just so proud of you. This whole interview is just me saying I'm proud of you. That's awesome. Do you feel like being young, being in high school, doing your photography, do you feel like and this is like a weird question probably, but it's something I talk to with my friends in the industry. Do you feel like college will help you grow that craft, or do you feel like you are learning some valuable things like now, kind of like in the field type of thing? Because that's a conversation that we have.
I'm glad you asked that question because I was thinking about that while thinking about
Wow. Yeah.
it. I was like, um, I feel like college is a epic center. I
Hmm.
feel like it's a place where you can find multiple people. It's a place that you can connect and grow and network in the best way. So I feel like, yeah, it can help,
Hmm.
but it can also hinder what I have or what I have grown down here,
Hmm.
no matter where I go. So it's cool that I can grow in different places, and it I think it may hurt a little bit to leave, but to answer your question, I think I am getting in field and I am getting field experience now. So I think it's helping a lot. And I
Yeah.
think that plays a huge role in where I'm at today.
Hmm.
But I feel like college can help and it is beneficial. So it has its pros and cons.
Yeah, no, I felt the same. I was kind of faced with that same crossroad because I was thinking about going to FIU. And I was like, I'm already down here. Like, my brand was the reporter girl. Like, I was already down here. I had all these connections. I'm like, I'm gonna go to Trash on Friday nights. I'm gonna be down at FIU. Like, I'm gonna do FIU on Saturday. Like, I had it all planned out. And then I got into the University of Florida. And I remember my mentor told me, he was like, that's one of the best journalism schools in the country. You're really gonna give that up to be at Trash on a Friday night. Like,
Right.
he was like, there's high school football everywhere. You're about to go to a SEC school. There's college football everywhere. And he was just saying, like, what you built, just carry it with you, but don't feel like you have to hold on to it down here in Miami so much. Like, it's always going to be here. And of course, I ended up going to UF. And of course, I ended up pursuing journalism and everything worked out. But I had that same feeling like, should I leave Miami? Like, I'm building this. And I already felt like the connections I was making, I'm like,
It's gonna go far.
like I felt all that, but I'm so happy I went to college because I had even more connections, even more experiences. So it worked out. But I feel like now there are so many content creators, podcasts, all kind of things happening, like from the ground up through social media, through YouTube, whatever. So I'm always interested to see like how people feel about like going to school for media when a lot of people are already doing it.
Right.
So interesting.
I feel like hopefully by then I'll have a certain amount of visibility to
Hmm.
where when I do get to Tallahassee, God willing.
Okay. Okay. I'll pray with you on Tallahassee. Okay. I'll let go my Gainesville feelings.
When I do touch down in Tally, I do have that visibility there already, and I can, already coordinate with the coaches and different things like that, and just even just help out the team. Like that's my biggest thing is being a helper,
Yeah.
being serving others, because
Yeah.
that is something God does talk about. And don't get me wrong, I do have my lazy moments where I'm like, I don't want to do it.
I hear
I
that.
want to sleep. I want
Yeah.
to club. I want to rest.
Yeah.
But just serve.
Yeah.
It's not easy,
Yeah.
but it's something that I want to push myself to do. So
Is the state championship in Tallahassee again this year?
I hope so.
I hope so too. I don't know, but I was gonna say that's a good opportunity to maybe do some connections at your future
But
schools. Future school, I guess. I guess. I guess.
when I would be a junior going into my senior year around that time. It's mid school year, so
Mhm.
hopefully I get that little push and we make it. And even if another school I am covering does go,
Mhm.
see if I can go with.
Yes, absolutely. We're gonna believe that the opportunity will be there for you to take it.
Right. It's a journey. It's a ride. Let's see how long we go.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so switching gears, kind of fun questions about you. Favorite movie?
Coraline.
Okay, what's Coraline, girl? What's that?
I don't know how to explain it. It's a girl. It's like an animated movie.
Okay.
The girl, she moves from her hometown and she moves to this weird city, and it's so many like magical things that happen, like not good magical, but a lot of like mystery and stuff like that with the town and stuff like that. She meets a guy or a boy named YB,
Okay.
and they basically go deeper from there. And it's like a what if
Okay.
movie. It's really cool. I love it. I feel like like, I don't know how to explain it. What's the word? It's a lot of, I want to say rumors, but it's a lot of like, what if this happened, or are they connected type of questions.
Gotcha.
So, or what about the movie? So I love it.
Favorite artist?
Keisha Cole.
Really?
Yeah.
Keisha Cole. Okay, that's interesting to me because again, you're in high school. Like that's why it's so. I love me some Keisha Cole. Okay, favorite Keisha Cole song.
I would say "Gotta Get My Heart Back."
See, I don't even know that song. I thought you was gonna go "Love Heaven Sent."
Nah.
No.
No surface level.
No, sir. Oh, you really deep into Keisha Cole's bag.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Got you.
I love her music. I think my favorite thing about her is that she sings from the heart. She sings from the soul. So when you hear it, you feel it, and it's like, oh my gosh, I gotta hear that again because you feel it with her. That's one of the most scariest things about music is that you feel what they're saying. But that's a beautiful thing because somebody that, well, for example, you don't know how to express how you feel, but that person said it the exact way that she needed to hear it, and you feel it through their music. I feel like that's such a beautiful thing. So that's one thing I love about Keisha for sure.
I agree. Somebody else I feel that from is Fantasia.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Fantasia sing, like I feel like I am in her body, like I felt that, like yes. Okay, so you like soulful music, like from the heart, deep messages. Okay,
right.
Gotcha. So what's your pregame song?
On My Mama by Victoria Monet.
Ooh, okay. So we're going R&B vibes. Okay.
I feel like that's what she say. I look fly, I look good.
Yeah.
I'm first to me, but the band in the back also is like, it's football time, so let's go.
Absolutely.
It's time to shoot. It's time to lock in. It's time to get out your comfort zone. It's time to be not just Alanah Charles, but be Alanah Jatara, be VBJ, be Visuals by Jatara.
I love that.
It gives me that little push.
No,
God loves regardless, but
yeah. And I think it's interesting too because a lot of times people only think like the players on the field getting hyped, but like when we come into work, we like, I'm gonna get the best shot, I'm gonna get the best video. Like we're literally talking to ourselves, like ready for the moment. I'm not missing nothing.
And photography is mental as well. I realized that. Like I remember state game, I was taking pictures. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be raw. And when them pictures came out tough,
yeah,
I didn't know how to edit them for real because I was still getting used to being around the team and editing how they wanted it to be edited. But I remember one day I was like, oh, these pictures suck. I looked at them; they sucked a little.
Yeah,
but that's when you realize like you got to know how you grow and your talent because those pictures actually did come out good, but it wasn't how I thought they would be.
Yeah,
it is mental. It is.
Yeah. I bet. And I feel like it's so unforgiving, like photography, video, like you can't make the play happen again. Like you miss it. Like camera not recording, you missed the touchdown, you just missed it. So it's just like you really got to be locked in the same way. Like the players got to be locked in. It's just like you got to be ready for the moment. There's no do-overs.
Literally. And I feel like that's one of the best things about covering a good school is that you know that touchdown is going to happen again. Yep. That pick six is going to happen in the third quarter.
Yeah.
That's one of the best things. That's why another reason why I do want to capture the West as well is because I know they don't disappoint. As much as they had a bad season, but I know that the players they have the potential to just they're just a good school all around, or at least for arts. So I feel like that's something I want to capture for
yeah.
Don't get me wrong, Norland can do the same thing.
Yeah.
But like I said, I do have to grow.
Yeah. I love that you're expanding. It takes a lot of courage, but you're doing it.
It does.
You're doing it because at the end of the day, you're not the Norland team photographer. Like you are a photographer, you are a VBJ. Like your brand is bigger than one school, one area, and that's what's gonna carry you when you get to Tallahassee. I filmed this school, that school, like this, and they're gonna remember you.
Right, and shoot, who knows? Those athletes that I recorded are going to transfer to the same school I'm going to. Yep. So it's really about connections and building those bonds and even just understanding, getting to know the players off the field because I don't know about other outlets, but they actually do realize like, hey, these players have lives, these players have emotions, these players have feelings. So I sit there even as like a friend, and just even as like a person, I just be like, hey, great, how's the game? You all right? Like even just being there to support them, because I feel like a player needs that, an athlete needs that. Because when I first started track, I felt like I didn't have the support from the student body or the friends that I had, because I was just jumping into it. But I realized once I started, having those friends and building those bonds with certain people, they helped me and they were like, hey, you got this, you're gonna jump this amount of meters, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. So I realized like that is how it is with football. It is mental. It is something that you gotta power through and it's all in your head. So
For
that's
sure.
something I do want to help players with.
Yeah. And the people who you build those relationship with and like genuinely care about, they really will remember you. That goes a long way with people. Like I remember one of my mentors says, like, after a team wins the Super Bowl, everybody texts the winning quarterback. But who's texting the losing quarterback? Who's
Right.
and like, hey, are you okay? Like, I'm sorry about the loss. Like, you good or bad, like if you're gonna ride for somebody, you gotta do it on both sides. And I feel like people will remember you caring about them. They'll remember your work. And these people are going to be great athletes. They're going to need photographers, personal photographers, team photographers. They're going to know like she's good at her job and she's a good person. That's
Right.
going to take you real far. Describe your personality in 3 words.
Ooh. Uh 3 words. Spontaneous,
Okay.
fun/funny,
Okay.
and growth.
Oh, okay. Describe the growth aspect for me. I want to hear more about that.
I feel like my personality or me as a person, I'm always growing. I feel like I'm always evolving, always changing. So I feel like I can't just say, "Oh, I'm a happy person,"
Hmm.
because that may change. One month I may be down in the dumps, and I want to be the happy person I claim to be. So I would say growth is a huge thing. Also prioritizing my mental health. So growing and understanding who I am as a person, growth is one of the main things I can say about myself.
Yeah. How do you balance everything? I know you just mentioned mental health, like school, your own athletics, photography. How do you balance it and stay grounded mentally?
If I'm being real, I don't. If I'm being real, I don't balance. Like I try to live by something I say all the time: let go and let God.
Mhm.
So I just kind of just go with the flow.
Yeah.
And if something just interrupts that flow, I just be like, hey, you got to do this, or hey, you got to do that. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And then
Yeah.
sometimes I just got to power through. But I know some days I do have to take that break. Like this summer, I feel like I missed a lot, but I needed to take that break because I did go to Georgia for about a week.
Mhm.
So I did take that break and I said, okay, I kind of did need that because I felt refreshed. I came back a different person.
Mhm.
So just taking those times to, breathe and let myself know, like, hey, you're human. Hey, you are somebody outside of the camera. You are somebody outside of the track. You are somebody outside the classroom.
Yeah.
So let myself know that, like, hey, you're loved, you're welcome, you're all right.
Mhm. I
So
like that. You love, you're welcome, you're all right.
it takes time.
Yeah, it does. And then also being intentional about planning your breaks could help too. Like, football season going to be crazy, but from state game to the start of the January, like school, like, can you take a break? Can you go on a trip? Can you shut down your social media a little bit? Like, just being kind of intentional about scheduling that can help as well. Cause it's like, it can feel year round, but there
Right,
are always pockets you can kind of sneak in usually.
right. I was saying about that, like, for spring break and winter break and stuff like that. I know I want to plan something for my birthday because my birthday is December 18th and it falls on a Wednesday. So I was like, I think Thursday's our last day of school. So
Mhm.
like, I want to do something that whole weekend, like
Good.
push off, do something cool. If there's an event, I might just slide to it, but
Yeah.
you know, stuff let people know I'm there, but might leave a little early. Do something for me, you
Yeah.
know.
Absolutely.
So that's something I am looking forward to.
Yeah. Okay. What is something about you that you would want people to know? They may not know this from your page, your photography, but what is something you want them to know?
Um, I'm a cool person. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really goofy. Like I don't know if people don't pay attention to me a lot on the sideline because I wear all black and also because I am female and I am
Mhm.
very quiet. So people don't pay attention to me a lot. But and I mean I be dancing on the sideline, joking the music. I get my own little world for real. So I am a very outgoing, fun person. Like I just love living life. I love being around different things. I'm like I don't know. I'm just different. So
Yeah.
I feel like I wish people would know that just how y'all are goofy,
Mm-hmm.
how y'all play around in the same way. I just don't see it as much.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to ask you that question because I feel the same way about myself. Like they be having fun and in my head I be right there with them. Like I be laughing and it's just like, but we there, we're doing a job. So we're like not showing it all the time. But like we are cool, we are fun, we love sports just like you, we silly just like you, we on TikTok just like you.
Right.
Like we're cool people, but a lot of times we get put in like the media box, and then also like when you're a woman, it's like it's like to
It
kind of
gets a little smaller.
yeah, it's just like nah, we cool. Like we like to have fun. We want to dance after the win. Like we want to turn up too. So don't forget
Yeah,
about us. Like we cool.
literally. And I was just sitting there like, I be want to have fun with y'all too. I might hit a little backflip with you.
Exactly. You never know.
Right. But when I am on the field, I do have a serious face, or I look like real deep in thought, which I am. Because
Yeah,
I am a thinker. That's something I do got to chill off on because I do think a lot.
you overthink.
A little bit, a little
Mhm.
bit, a little. But I just brainstorm a lot. And I have a lot of things I want to do. I have a lot of things I want to accomplish. So sometimes I may have that face like I'm biting it the inside of my mouth like, okay, what can we do? What can we
Figuring
do?
out your next move. Yeah,
Right. And people sit there and other photographers they look at me and they be like, you straight? Like,
yeah,
hey, I'm chilling.
yeah,
Let's get back to work. What's up?
yeah. Absolutely. I remember I was at a basketball game a few weeks ago and like this older guy walked past and he looked at me. He was like, smile. And I was like smiling, but I'm like, I'm smiling back at him, but like I'm working. Like I'm like trying to figure out where I want to be, like what side of the court I want to be on, like what player I want to get next. Like I'm locked in. Just
Right.
like athletes, I'm locked in too. So you probably not gonna see all smiles, but I'm happy.
Literally. It's also about consistency too. Like me telling myself like, hey, I need to post, or hey, I need to get in contact with this person or this athlete, just make sure things are straight for this game or whatever. Like
Hmm.
being consistent, make sure my presence is known. That's one of the biggest things I brainstorm about.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
it's a work in progress for sure. That's the only thing I really say. It's a journey.
Yeah, but you're doing it. You're on a journey and you're doing it. Yes, yes, ma'am.
We
I'm watching
try.
it. Yes. Okay, what would be your advice to other aspiring photographers? Because I don't consider you a aspiring photographer anymore. Like you are a business, you have a business, you are a photographer, period. So
Right.
like what would you say to those aspiring, maybe ninth grade, 10th grade, they see you on the sideline, they want to get in. What would you say to them?
Keep pushing. Make that page. Get that camera. Talk to people. Join your local, photography page, or do different things. But like, don't be scared.
Hmm.
Jump into it. I don't care if people make it seem like you're annoying or you're a groupie. No, just let people know like, hey, I'm here. Let your presence be known, and also carry yourself a certain way.
Hmm.
'Cause that means a lot. Just you being the person that you are, connected to a media outlet or not, being who you are means a lot.
Yeah.
Because I remember like I was at a game and I was networking with this one person. I said, "Hey, I talked to this person. I know this person." They're like, "Ugh, I don't really like that person." But I said, "Hey, I'm different. I'm not that person." So make sure that they know who you are and kind of have an identity outside of everything else.
Yeah.
So kind of keep going and just be you. I know it sounds cliche, but literally just be you
Yeah.
and keep going.
Yeah, I like that. What was the hardest part about getting started for you? I heard you say, like in your advice, make that page, get the camera. What was the hardest part about starting?
Make sure I'm doing everything right.
That
I,
thinking, that thinking.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like, is this caption wrong, or is this caption gonna give me this amount of views, or am I gonna do this wrong? I just realized like I just got to live in the moment, just learn. And
yeah,
I'm still learning that because I kind of I'm my own blocker at times. Like I kind of stop myself from growing at certain times, but I realized like I just got to jump out there and do it.
yeah,
So it takes time. It does, and I'm getting kind of better at it. I'm not gonna lie, because I remember I was looking for a caption, but I was trying to think. I was like, should I say this? Like, just use emojis. I'm
yeah,
done.
You got goodbye. Here go the pictures. Bye.
Like, I mean, that's what they're there for.
Yeah.
Emojis is something to show out how you feel. So
Yeah.
what I'm feeling, let's go, let's do it.
Yeah.
So
That's good. Just do it. And that's something I kind of went back and forth with this whole podcast. It's like, okay, Britnee, you 29. You about to be talking to high school athletes, middle school athletes. Like, how does that look? Like, is it weird? Like, literally all in my head. But it's like, this is what I'm passionate about. Like, I love sharing people's stories. And like, this is where I got my start in sports media, like high school football, Dade County. So it's like, I just did it. And the reception has been amazing. And a lot of times, like, you don't even realize people are waiting for you to do what you do. Like God has put it in your heart for a reason, and people are like waiting on you. You don't even know that. Like they're waiting to see you on the sideline. They're waiting for this podcast to come out. Like, so you just got to do what's in your heart. You can't really worry about all that. And it's easier said than done. But
literally,
once you do it, it's just like, oh, that wasn't so bad. First episode out, post made, next
yeah,
game.
yeah. That's how I was when I first start taking pictures. I was like, I don't like these. Are these okay?
Yeah.
They don't like it. What should I say? Who should I send it to?
Mhm.
And then when I posted it, I sent it out. I was like, that's me.
Yeah.
And then I started asking players for feedback, and they're like, you should start using filters. You should start doing this. You should start doing that. And really becoming, that's another thing I should say to the youth, is become receptive. Don't feel like you know everything, because there's always so much that you can learn. There's always so many things that you can start doing. There's so many things there's so many different platforms and, different softwares that you can start using and doing. So it's just like, be open to learning, be a student in the field.
Yes. Oh, that's so good. Like the amount of interviews that I watch, Taylor Rooks, LaChina Robinson, like all these people, like I'm trying to grow my craft. Like I don't have it all together. People may love this podcast, but I want it to be better. I want it to be bigger. So the same with you, like just being open, getting that feedback, like that's such a good thing. Because I feel like the moment you feel like you got it all and nobody can tell you nothing, you're done. You're
Right.
done. Like LeBron James still out there training. Like people are working always and like wanting help. So it's just like when you
There's
turn it
something,
off, it's done.
right. There's something God put on my heart. There's something God told me. He was like, don't become complacent.
Mm,
And I was like, whoa, like, what you mean?
yeah.
Because I was like, that's not me. But I do have my moments where I'm like, well, I'm all right where I'm at. I'm chilling. I got
Mhm.
like that. But in order for me to continue growing and do what I want to do, I cannot be complacent. I cannot get comfortable. I cannot be content where I'm at. So I said, all right, God, I got you. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So it is something. Also incorporating him in my walk.
Yeah. One of my mentors told me you're either moving forward or going backwards. Like you're never staying the same. So it's just like you need to focus on moving forward and growing all the time because the moment you stop, like you're slowly declining, like you're slowly going backwards. You're losing those skills, you're losing those muscles. And before you know it, it's like, man, it's been 3 months. I ain't do nothing. Like
Right.
it's been
Right.
4 months. I ain't did. It's like, be careful. Yeah. That complacency.
Yeah. It's a lot. I would say that, but I'm loving it. I'm
Yeah.
loving
And I feel like you're so mature about it too. Like even in this conversation, you've been in 11th grade, like the way you're talking, the things you're realizing, like it's so far beyond your years. So I have no doubt that you will be fine, better than fine, like good.
I'm sure. That's why I'm like, I'm trying.
Yeah.
That's why I love when people tell me I'm like, yes, I'm doing something right. I'm holding myself up to how I want it to be.
Hmm.
I understand this for myself, but I'm also like, don't think you're all that in the bag of chips.
Hmm.
So make sure you talk to God about it. Talk to your parents. Make sure everything's straight before you start connecting and doing other things. Because I am a jit.
Yeah. So much life ahead of you.
Right.
Doing what you need to do. I'm telling you, literally, I know people my age, even older, who are still afraid to start, who are afraid to do the things they want to do. So, like, you definitely are making it happen, jit or not. Like, you out here, but you have the right mindset for sure.
Thank you, thank you. It's appreciated for real because I get messages from some of my closest friends and they're happy about seeing my progress, seeing where I go. But I'm just like, let's see where I go.
Because you still like, okay, there's more levels to this. Like, I'm just getting started. Yeah.
So I'm just taking it all in.
Yeah.
That's all I can say is I'm just being humble with it, and just that's one of the things my father did always tell me, like, be humble and remain focused. So I'm just like, I'm keep my head down. Let's keep working. Let's keep doing what we do.
For sure. Okay. Last question. I like to end on this. Who is someone who has been instrumental in your success who you have not had the chance to tell? Who is the person and what is your message to them? This person has been there for you, supported you, and who knows how, but like you just never had a chance to tell them thank you or like I appreciate
You put me on the spot.
you. Take your time.
I know a few people I could tell, honestly.
Okay.
I know a few people I could tell for real. Can I name a few?
Yeah, absolutely. This your moment.
Um, I would like to thank my grandma because when I first got my own personal camera, I said I don't know how to take pictures because I had a short lens. I had like a 55 mm lens, and I was like, I don't know how to do it. That ain't gonna give me nothing. That's gonna give me like
Right there. Yeah.
gonna give me like headshots and whatever. And I was like, nah. So she invested in me. She got me that, and it's been a lifesaver. Now I'm working on getting another lens and getting it longer. So her, my parents, my mother, she has taken me to almost every shoot, to almost every 7-on-7, to almost every meeting, to every school event that I have, every event that Norland has, and they need me to be the photographer. I thank her. I thank my dad for giving me those tips and tricks and helping me mentally because him and I are both the oldest, so there's
Mm.
some things that my mom being the youngest, she would understand.
Yeah.
So there's certain things that him and I connect on. So I want to thank him for that. Because he does tell me have that Kobe mentality, like practice regardless, keep going, keep doing what you gotta do.
Yeah.
And then I would say my aunts and uncles because they are into media in the industry.
Okay.
Also the sponsor at Miami Norland, the
Mm.
photography teacher and art teacher. He's the person who allowed me to pick up my first camera and start taking pictures for the school. So I haven't officially told him thank you, but I am overly gracious and beyond happy that she has allowed me to do so many things. And I know I haven't seen him this school year much because I've been busy, but
Yeah.
I really want to thank him and shout him out and give him all the love because trusted me with his baby because he got a whole bunch of different cameras. He trusted me with his baby all weekend, and he let me bring it back to him on Monday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you have to have some type of gut feeling that, like, hey, she's gonna bring it back. So I
Right.
thank him so much for the opportunity because he could have easily just said, you better get that back to me at that
Right.
day, or you better bring it back to me this day or whatever. And he let me use his SIM cards. He let me use all different types of things. So I'm grateful for him,
Yeah.
truly.
I love that. Well, y'all heard her. She's grateful for y'all. She appreciates y'all. And she's putting in work because y'all got her back. Y'all
Right.
support her.
Y'all got me on this journey. Y'all gonna stay with me, hopefully. We gonna keep going.
Absolutely. Yes. Well, I'm so glad we did this. This was such a great conversation. And it really did feel like a conversation. Like sometimes these kind of feel more like an interview, but I feel like this was just two friends talking.
Right.
So that's good. Well, good luck the rest of the season
Whew.
as you cover Norland and all the other schools in the area. I hope you get all the access that you're looking for. And I just know like you're going to continue to do great things.
Thank you so much.